Sure wins the leg.
Okay then, here we go. It is the Mosconi Cup rivalry renewed.
The first right.
Jayson Shaw has run
short
the lag, and so he will break off. And joining me in the commentary box, it is Kelly Fisher. So first, Kelly, commiserations. Beaten 11-5 by Jeremy Sosi, but what an experience just to be involved in this championship.
Yes, absolutely, Phil. You know, obviously I'm disappointed. I had my chances, started off great, and you know, a little turn in the match with a 9-ball fluke, and he got on a roll. So, but I'm absolutely thrilled to be in this event. What an atmosphere, what a feeling. So happy to have got through to the last 64, and you know, me, Jasmine and Veronica, you know, being the 3 women standing. You know, so it's a great experience. Matchroom have put on a fantastic event, and I've loved to be a part of it. Look forward to the next one.
And here we've got a rather strange experience. It doesn't get any better than this, Shaw against Van Boening. It could be the final, but it's the last 64.
I know, what a draw. We've had a few, you know, a few matchups. We've got this being obviously a stellar match, and the last match, Feeder, you know, against Skylar. God, that's such a draw. And then we've got like Joshua Fuller and Darren Appleton. So there's been some tough draws that could have been semi-final matches, final matches for sure. This is going to be a classic.
I was just about to say before he played that shot, so I will say it now with the disclaimer that it's not hindsight. For me, Shaw will need to improve. We all know what he's capable of. He's not been at his best so far. He's the first to agree with that assessment, and he'll need to sharpen up. Missing a 2-ball like that, not like him, and some of the mistakes he's made also suggest that he does need improvement.
Yeah, I think, you know, if we look at the World Copper Pool, the World Pool Masters, he's just not been at his best, that's for sure. And, you know, with the lockdown and everything, I know he's opened a new bar, well, a new pool hall, and maybe that's contributing to it, but everybody was in the same boat. So he needs to sharpen up, he needs to step it up a gear if he's going to challenge Shane in this match.
Yeah, we're not saying he's been playing poorly, but we know the heights he can reach. And Shane Kelly is just a colossus.
Yeah, he punishes every mistake that you make. You know, it doesn't lighten up. It doesn't let you get away with it. That's just a no-brainer with Shane. You just know that you let him at the table and he's going to do the damage.
That distinctive key action of Shane Van Boening, taking full advantage of Jayson Shaw's missed 2-ball. So the first blood is drawn by Shane Van Boening, a teammate of a man who is now chatting with Michael.
Yes, Frank, thanks very much, Phil. Yeah, I've got Billy Thorpe with me. Billy, fantastic win just now. Many congratulations. How are you feeling after that?
I appreciate it. Yeah, played a little edgy, but, you know, I got the win, got through it. Proud of my man Skylar for taking out the current world champion. So I'm pretty pumped for both of us. All we need is I'm rooting for Shane, of course, right here.
Really, yeah. I mean, what a game we've got behind. I mean, you've got Mark Beister-Bosch later, haven't you? This is your winning shot here.
Yeah, it took me a minute to get to the winning shot, but yeah, finally I closed it out. I'm not feeling 100% comfortable with my equipment, but I'm just taking it ball by ball, game by game. So
great. Well, you've got a few hours to sort of mentally recharge and watch this absolute stunning match we've got behind. How do you see it going?
Well, You know, of course, I like both of them. I like Jayson, I like Shane, but of course I'm rooting for Shane. But I think it's going to be a great match, and we might see a hill-hill.
We might be. We might. Who knows? Let's get back to the table.
Billy Thorpe now plays one of the big breakers in the game, Mark Bosch in the last 32. Brendan Moore is the referee for this one. He's just waiting for the cue to begin rack number 2.
Leading 1 right to 0.
By the way, big news over on table 4. Aloysius Yap from Singapore. The youngster has beaten the veteran Ralph Suke 11-10 in a thriller. Hill. Suke goes home.
Extension call.
Might seem strange taking your extension, Kelly, on the 1 ball, but he just wants to settle himself down. He realises that perhaps this is the biggest shot of the rack.
That's right. That's right, Phil. The 2 ball, you know, is just a little hampered, and he needs to make sure he gets on it, just gets a clear shot at it, which he has. 3 balls in a great position. So he just had to make sure of that, and not be in 2 minds. That's crippling. You end up doing neither, and he just wanted to clear his mind, I think.
Well, he certainly didn't intend the kiss on the green 6 ball. It's left distance, and this 3 now, because of the distance, is missable. So Alex is back.
Back in the booth. Looking forward to another great match. It's off to a good start. But, after the unintended kiss on the 6, he's working to get back in position.
Nice 4 ball there. Gets him perfectly back in line. And what looks like now a straightforward run out to go 2-0.
Yeah, it always looks like he plays the same type of stroke, but he doesn't. On that 4 ball, he needed a lot of spin and a little speed. Used sort of a pinchy follow through. And with other players, it's very clear to see that they use different backswings, different strokes on different shots. It always looks big when Shane plays.
The ideal start for Shane van Boening, who before the match began gave us this short interview.
The group stages went well for me. I played well. I felt like I had confidence in myself, and I played my game, and I got into the final 64. Me and Jayson played several times. We had a lot of battles together, and he's a great player. I don't think it changed any mentality for me. I just have to stay focused and just play my best game, and hopefully I can win the match.
Van Boening was comfortable in the double elimination phase. He lost the first 3 racks against Petra Urban from the Czech Republic, then won 9-3 before overcoming Oscar Dominguez 9-4 next time up. So 2-0 into the last 64 without any great stress.
Yeah, he's come well prepared. After the World Pool Masters, he traveled to Bucharest to practice in the IDM club. think he has put in between 80 and 100 hours there. And had a good time with the fellows over there.
Leading 2 racks to me.
And I have the impression it has helped him. He seems very, very relaxed, talkative. Now coming with the big break, head on. One of the best at it. Opens up like a flower, like Stavely said before, after he beat Putnik in his match.
And he got a nice kiss on the 1 ball there from the purple 5, which has set him up. You know, we're easy 1 to 2, and really the hard work just getting from the 2 to the 3. I think it goes off the 8 though.
Yes.
Alex, yeah.
So what he will consider now, that's the shot he will play. What will happen with the 8 ball? Players will prefer to not move balls around. Alternatively, he'll force and get on the low side of the 3, but if you have position, don't play it. He'll draw back to get to the purple 5, and I don't think the 8 will have enough speed to sabotage his position on the 5. Okay, one more problem to solve. It's going to be a tester on the 6. Draw back just a little bit. No, full force. Made something out of nothing.
He's such a wonderful cueist. You know, he's the stroke that he has. You know, I've always watched and kind of I've had a go at trying to mimic it, and it's really, really difficult. You know, it really is.
We talked about that the other day, behind closed doors for no one else to see.
That's right.
There it is. A fine break and run.
Three racks and 3 words. What a start from Shane van Boening. All of the matches that began at 12 noon are now over. That is Filip Stojanovic, who has defeated his Swiss opponent Schneider 11-7. Aloysius Schaap, that was the winning 9-ball to knock out Ralph Suke 11-10. He goes forward to play from the Philippines, Roberto Gomez. But of course the action continues. The next wave of matches is currently in progress, and work-shy boys, I'm calling him. He's not anywhere near the commentary box. He's still out in the arena trying his heart out, and he's 5-1 up on Moritz Neuhausen.
Thank you, rack 4. Shane Van
He was
Boening
here to
break,
talk.
leading 3 racks to nil.
What he's doing is potting balls. And so is Shane Van Boening, 3-0 up and breaking off in rack 4.
Impact was straight on the one. Not too much topspin. With the head-on break, the players will try and park the cue ball center table, thus having the highest likelihood of seeing the lowest numbered ball.
Push out goal.
He does not. So he will use his 1 minute after the break to figure out where to push to. He sees part of the one, but I don't think it allows him a good safety route.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a push out called here, probably.
Difficult push. Same position, but showing a little more of the one. Now, if Shaw gives this back, wouldn't surprise me if Shane, well, it's very narrow, would attack the straight back bank. He likes to go for big shots, Shane. Can play a containing shot, Shaw. Just roll the one to the 8.
Resets to 30 seconds, please.
Yeah, I think, you know, he's not been at the table. It's one of them, isn't it? I think getting it back to Shane here might be the right shot, but what will Shane come up with?
In the push out, you very much take into consideration what your opponent's competences are. Does he like to go for big shots? Is he good at defense? The straight back is on. The containing shot 1 to the 8 is on. Or clipping it on the left side.
Wow.
Yeah. So difficult to make that call when you're playing against one of the best that is in shape, in good form. Shaw didn't fancy any of the options, but knew he was running the risk there.
But when he's playing like this, Alex, he's a joy to behold, isn't he, Van Boening?
I mean, even that 2-ball there, you know, it looked easy, but it really wasn't. He had to control that cue ball off the, I think it was a 7, and he's done it perfectly. It was actually off the 5, but he played it perfectly.
He gets the most views on YouTube. His practice sessions in Bucharest. After a day, a video already had like 15,000 views. It's funny when players try to emulate this game, where they copy that little yippy hippie dip in his stroke when he pulls back.
Yeah, it's really, really difficult. I've tried and spent a little time on it because I, you know, needed to lengthen my stroke and slow it down, the backswing, and I thought doing that would really help. And it does, but it's more difficult than anybody could imagine to keep that control and not decelerate and, you know, keep it straight, the cue going straight. It's difficult. And he does it to perfection, I must say.
Perfection, that's the word.
Shane Van
The
Boening
word
wins
for
the rack.
Shane Van Boening so far in this match. What a bank to start out that dish. You know, right now, Jayson Shaw entitled to be speechless, but he wasn't before the match began.
The group was good. Not what I really wanted to lose my second match, hill. My opponent played good at the end and, you know, fair play to him, but came out good last night and, you know, I played pretty decent to get the win and get myself into the knockout stages. I'm not really too sure who he is. I've never really heard of him before. I think he's some guy called SVB. We've had many battles with Scony Cup, other events, singles events all around, and it should be a top match.
Always confident and always capable of mounting a fight back, the like of which we saw in our previous match today from Skylar Woodward. If he gets going, he can be inspirational, Alex.
Oh, when he's on fire. Something to behold. Jayson Shaw,
Rack 5.
together
Shane
with
Van
Josh
Boening to
Filler,
break. Leading 4 racks to
most
nil.
natural shot maker in the game in this era, for sure, with the likes of Earl Strickland and Shane Van Boening. He's a big shot maker with a big break.
Foul stroke. Bowling.
And that didn't get kicked in either. That was unlikely of Shane there. The great thing about this format, guys, what I really love, especially watching, maybe not playing, no, but no matter what the score is, there can be a slight twist like this, for example, and
Start the
then
clock, please.
next you see is a 5-pack coming along, 6-pack, whatever. It's never over till the end, as opposed to the alternate break where you basically give up your control every other rack. This keeps it exciting. 4-0's nothing when Jayson can run however many.
Yeah, makes it just a little bit easier when you're in the chair to not despair, to stay positive and focus on your own game. Instead, when you're playing alternate break format, you're down 6-3, 7-3, I don't know. You start to count, like, okay, if he now breaks dry and I win the rack, I got a
Absolutely.
very difficult mindset.
Absolutely.
I thought the replay of the break was really illuminating. The white ball seemed to go right into the middle of the table and then suddenly stop and take a left turn into the pocket.
Yeah, all players can tell you that sometimes for a period you'll have that. You seem unable to avoid the side pocket, and always the same thing. Not a kind of magic or kind of voodoo. Close to the rail with the cue ball. Elevate and draw back, or use that minute angle going forward. My shot.
Now here's that wide ball on the break. Look at this. There, and then, ooh, gripping the cloth. In off.
Good cue ball. Holding the head, Shane still thinking about that scratch on the break. Detrimental. 9-ball pull at the highest level. Just about to get his first point on the board. Jayson Shaw.
Jayson Shaw wins the rack.
Jayson Shaw breaks his duck. So many great champions involved in this championship still. And among those, a double world champion from Germany, Thorsten Hohmann. He came through a little earlier to beat Stephen Holman 11-8.
Torsten, many congratulations. Assess your performance in that one.
Well, it wasn't my greatest performance, but a win is a win. Had some good moments. Was a little bit struggling here and there. When you are the favorite in the match, that's not really my cup of tea. So I'm looking forward to play Albin in the next one, actually.
That should be a great match.
Oh yeah, two former world champions clashing. Really looking forward to this one.
And you know his game very well. You played with him many, many times.
Obviously, both growing up in Europe, playing each other so many times. I respect him, his game, and I know I have to bring my best, but I'm well prepared and should be a good game.
Yeah, really, we cannot wait for it. Many, many congratulations.
Thank you.
Won those world titles 10 years apart. Can he win this one 8 years after the last? Now that's a good luck message. Good luck, Daddy. Lovely.
No, that's sweet. Liana. Don't get teary-eyed, Jayson.
Jayson short to break.
Put your game face on. Rack 6, you have the break, you have control. I like that. Nice cut break. Unlucky. Cue ball was good. One ball was good. Foul, 8 ball. Destroying the party. Or so it seems. Plays with an extension, he can reach it just a bit better. And the way he's assessing the 4-ball position, I think he can twirl the cue ball around the 8.
Yeah, I think, we're a little touch of top right spin, he can throw it in and come perfectly around the angles for the 3. There we go.
That's exactly what he pointed out. Has played 3 tough matches, lost a second, but everything was close. Everything was a battle. Can help a player. He's been under pressure 3 matches already. Where apart from the 3-0 deficit for Shane in the opening match, for the American, it has been quite a cruise. Needs to get to the short side of the purple 5 if he's dead straight on the 4. Not something players like to play for. Far from perfect, but it allows us to see how he will open up on his stroke.
Well, Jayson's got a powerful stroke. This not being easy, I'd like a bit more angle for sure.
No shape, but at least a clear view of the 6. Wants to get back to his chair. With that 6 ball and the cue ball and the 7 and 9 in between. Or is he fancying the cut?
Extension call.
He's eagle eye.
Yeah, that's true. I can't see him going for the cut, but like you say, oh, he's looking at it. Alex is looking at it, that's for sure.
Defense. Taking his time. I like it.
Well, it's an easy jump for Shane here. I kind of thought Jayson would have got that cue ball a little bit closer and tighter. Maybe just slightly the wrong angle to do that.
Yeah, you would have needed to hit it fuller and then give him more speed to the 6. it would have been all about the cue ball.
Extension call.
Yeah, I don't think he's 100% happy though with this leave that is left for Shane. Shane's a very, very accurate jumper.
I like banking it cross side, crossing the 6. Cue ball will come down with enough speed. Good effort. Difficult shot for Shaw, but very well makeable. Was a good effort. This a hair thinner than the cue ball would have been quicker. A stronger defensive shot. Do you play this, Kelly? The 7. He needs to cut the 7. Play it slow. Do you play it with a hair of side spin?
Well, I think a little bit you have to. As you can see there, he's just putting a little bit on.
Wow.
Oh well. The way he was queuing up to that, I really didn't expect him to play it quite like that. I suppose that's the best way though. Let your stroke out.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah. So I played Shane a little bit in Romania, and I picked up on that. You know, if it's a stinker, if it's a nasty shot, play something big.
Yeah, it's always nice to let your stroke out rather than trying to hold up on it.
When Shane van Boening scratched on the break in the previous rack, you could see he suspected that might have let Jayson Shaw get on a roll. And it's 2 racks in succession for the Scot. Van Boning's lead has been eroded to 4-2.
Moritz Neuhausen falling behind against Carl Boyes 7-1, giving his all, trying to make a comeback. He'll have the break. Still 5 behind if he sinks this 9. But finally a bit of running for the young German who plays for St. Augustin. And here Josh Filler, the other German playing for the same club, was down 6-4. Makes the 8, makes the 9. A tough battle on table 2, a match that you can follow on YouTube. Go to Matchroom Pool, and then you have this match and the TV match between Jayson Shaw and Shane van Boening. It's great stuff in the Marshall Arena. It's day 3. A new day and a new tournament. Really, the atmosphere, the vibe, it's gone up not just 1 notch, maybe 3-4 compared to yesterday.
Absolutely, the difference of the getting out the group, single elimination. Everybody can feel that it's in their grasp, and the pressure's on. And you can feel it. You can feel it in the air.
The last day, semi-finals and finals will have an audience. We will have spectators, but I can't wait for the next edition.
Trailing 2 racks to 4.
Where fans hopefully will have the opportunity to be here from the first till the last day, because this is a festival of 9-ball pool. I look around, I see all the greats in action. And look at that, look at that. He had to wait for the break in rack 7. Making a golden break. That's a quick fix for Jayson Shaw. 4-3.
Well, I think it's long overdue. The first one we've seen, I believe, on this main match table, and they're always very, very helpful.
Those are the sweetest. If the 9-ball goes directly to one of the corner pockets, it's because the rack, the balls in the rack haven't been tight, perfectly set up. But like this, if it stays and then gets kicked to the top pocket, that's one of the nicest to make, because you see it coming towards you. And of course there was the acknowledgement, Shaw towards Shane, sorry. But inside,
he's not sorry at all.
No, he'll have had a shout.
That's the thing with 9-ball. We always said when Shane scratched off that break at 4-0 up, we just talked about how it can turn around. And look at this. 9 off the break with it when it gets kicked in. We know he's lucky, but he'll take it, and he'll try and take even more advantage of that to try and level it up, breaking this rack.
Will come off the rail, the cue ball. The thing on this Arcadia table, the Predator table, if you can achieve to play the shot with limited speed, the pocket is receptive. So there's a lot of distance, but he can stroke this ball in, bring the cue ball to center table with low left, limit the speed. That will open the pocket. If he would ever need a bit of margin. Not him, not now.
There's one thing I've just noticed from Jayson's break, is actually breaking with his playing cue, which I noticed Shane was not doing, and I'm not sure if Jayson did that in the first couple of breaks of his or not, but yeah, he's actually breaking with his playing cue.
Misjudgment or failed execution. At least he sees part of the 5. I would count myself lucky. You misplay the position, but you still have an out.
Yeah, I think he played that with little bit too much of a punch, and it widened the angle as opposed to a bit, you know, softer, smoother, and let the spin do the work. He'll be not too happy with that. You know, he had the control there. He had a good chance to run out that rack and level it at 4-4 in that visit.
Yeah, this shot could have been better as well. Nip and tuck between the two. Now, he can't cut that 5 ball to go behind the green 6. So I think he'll play that. He can play it a little thicker, bump it out, try and hide it behind the 8 and send the cue ball close to the pocket here, low left. But what he's looking at tells me he can hit it straight enough to 5 and hold it, the cue ball behind the 8. I think he played that.
Yeah, I do, the way he was looking at it. Great shot.
Work to do, close to the rail. Do you roll the 7 in, leave the cut on the 8? Force follow, which I don't like, not enough angle to go 3 rails. Or jack up and stop it, or draw back somewhat.
Well, I think I'm rolling it in.
Yeah, there it is, your powerful stroke. Looked like having too little an angle, but with ease, he goes 3 rails. That's a big miss. This is a huge miss by Jayson Shaw.
I was just going to say he's worked hard for this rack. It's not been an easy run out. After that misplaced positional shot, but that's a surprising miss.
Looked a little snatchy. And that's a surprising position that Shane has played. Can be
Extension call.
infectious if your opponent makes a mistake.
Not the best position, but a perfect pot. And Shane Van Boening takes advantage of Jayson Shaw's blunder. Van Boening is in a pretty good mood here in Milton Keynes this week.
The first time I played is when I was 2.5 years old. My grandfather gave me a pool table for Christmas. I picked up a pool cue and started playing there from ever since. I remember I was just hanging out at the pool and I was playing pool with my grandmother and my grandparents. The first success I had is when I won the VNEA Nationals in Las Vegas before I won the US Open.
Yeah, talking about his grandparents there, the Van Boening family history in pool is rather remarkable. His grandfather is Gary, his grandmother Jean, his mother Timmy, and even his aunt Gary Joe, all terrific players.
Rack 9. Shane Van Boening to break. Leading 5 racks to 3.
Big miss on the 8 ball by Jayson Shaw on the previous rack, allowing Shane to steal the rack and regain initiative. Mayday for Jayson Shaw, because apart from the scratch on the break in rack 5 by Shane, the American has looked flawless.
Wow, what a great break that was. If the 2 drops is on the 3, 2's over the pocket with the 3 in a nice position to just come up and down the table.
perfect. Now, nigh perfect position on the 3. So all the focus and attention can go to the position on the 5. Will be a cut on the 5, but as little as possible. Too far for his liking, but he's good. Kill the cue ball, can play a drag shot. A little bit of backspin allows you to play it with just that bit more oomph instead of slow rolling the
Extension
ball.
called.
Doesn't like it for some reason. Or he likes it, he knows he has to play it, he's just taking a bit more time. He's making sure. That's another way to play it with more oomph.
Yeah, I think my automatic shot there would have been to drag it, like you said, and come through the gap. He wasn't too happy with that, and great control there with the cue ball to collide into the 7 to hold it.
Yeah, players with big strokes will always look for big shots, and vice versa. So more compact players will opt for minimal movement of the cue ball, do less. Big stroke, a big backswing, but his follow through, check that out. Shane van Boning's follow through is nothing fancy. Same like Chris Melling. He has a backswing till the car park, but goes through the ball just a couple of inches.
And talking of the car park, Jayson Shaw could be heading there in 5 racks time, the way that Shane van Boning is playing. The 8 ball was a quintessential turning point. You have to feel that. Van Boning's lead now 6-3. Action all around this wonderful arena. So many great matches. On table 2, it's Darren Appleton against Joshua Filler. Fancy confining those two to an outside table. As for Carl Boys, our commentary colleague, or at least he used to be, he's now leading Moritz Neuhausen on table 3, 8-3. Alexa Paselch, he's 7-3 up on Jasmine Aushin. Pius Labutis from Lithuania leads Hunter Lombardo from the USA 8-5. Yukio Akagariyama, whose name is on this trophy, he's 8-5 down to Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. There's Carl in his chair watching the youngster, the reigning world under-17 champion who he's up against, perhaps clearing up. A man we saw yesterday on the main match table, Masato Yoshioka, leads 8-7 against Jonas Suto Camino from Spain. And Matthias Nagotsky is 4-3 up on Dimitri Jungo.
Born into break, leading 6 racks to 3.
After Jayson Shaw's miss on the 8, a break and run by Shane. Will we see another one? Will Shane see the 1? He does, but the 2 ball is down below.
That's a surprising dry break there, Alex.
I just forgot to check if he made the wing ball. Control passes. But a very difficult shot. On the 1, straight, cue ball close to the rail. What do you do? What do you do?
Well, I'm not going to say, because what I've said so far seems to be different to what he's played. I love about Jayson his confidence. No matter what the score is, he comes out and he just gives it 100% confidence and goes for gold. And you know, if he knows if he gets in and gets rolling, then
Hey, I can only try and imagine how confident I could be if I would shoot as straight as he does.
well, that's true.
That's where it begins. Needs to shoot straight here. Got the paint of the 2-ball. Got it to go past the 3. That's what he was looking at. Oh man, overcut it. Can you believe that? And look at the leave. Probably expected with an overcut that the 2-ball would go off of the 3.
Yeah, you see him shaking his head there. You know, he's just not got
Extension
rolling
ball.
yet. He's not got in rhythm yet. I think that's how he's feeling.
He's going all out to try and make the 2. Alternatively, he could opt to play an intentional foul and tie 2 balls up.
Well, the referee's got a close call here.
Oh,
Wow.
beautiful.
And as you can see, Brendan Moore there in the perfect position to decipher whether that was a foul shot or not. This is a man, by the way, who's officiated the World Snooker Championship final at the Crucible. He's a very, very safe pair of hands.
Beautiful hit. So avoiding a ball in hand for the Scot. It's a difficult layout. Step 1. Now cinch the ball, meaning MTB. Make the ball, don't worry about position. You'll always have some sort of a shot on the 4 that's close to the pocket. Step 2.
Yeah, he kind of, I thought, lifted up a little there. It made me a little nervous, but he made it in the centre of the pocket.
This one
As a tester.
is a tester, but he can play it with a bit more authority. Or is he playing dead weight?
That's a bad miss for Jayson.
Yeah, like they say in snooker, he pulled a quick one there.
Yeah, he doesn't seem as smooth as normal.
Had to make 3 hard shots. Got 2 of them.
And Van Boening just avoiding that purple 5 ball. So
Yeah.
now should be in.
Did you see the anxiety? He came close to knocking it to the rail. Coming up short on the 6. For the 3 rail route, the 9 is in a difficult position. Did that nicely. So what he did, he didn't play a high right, but he played with stun draw. Got to the long rail later, and then the backspin drew the cue ball out of the rail, sort of correcting the trajectory of the cue ball. Yeah, everything through the great kick shot after Jayson Shaw fluked that save on the 2 ball. In the lead, 7-3 for the 5-time US Open champion, Shane Van Boening.
That is Jasmine Ocean, the star of day 2 at this World Pool Championship. Struggling at the moment, though, against Alexa Paselch. There you can see 9-3 adrift, the last remaining female competitor in this year's championship. The clown prince of pool, Naoki Oi, well, he's going great guns against
11.
World Masters
Same man going
champion
into break. Leading
Alex
7 racks to
Kazakis.
3.
Oi leading 9-5.
Ooh, the brown 7 ball, the wing ball that they all tried to make, seemed like jumping out of the pocket. Let's look at the replay. What happened there? Maybe it rattled. It rattled. And the cue ball rattled. Came close to scratching for the second time.
Yes, Alex, almost an action replay of rack 5.
And I want to make one correction. I said that Joshua Filler plays for St. Augustin in the Bundesliga. He plays for Oberhausen now. It's a big deal, the Bundesliga in Germany. So let's set that straight. The former world champion Filler has gained the lead over Appleton. The match you can follow on YouTube at Matchroom Pool.
Yeah, one of the greatest table 2 matches of all time, that. Appleton Filler. Just goes to show the embarrassment of riches we have.
Overran the mark from the 3 to the 4. Consequently, couldn't leave himself straight on the 5. To stay above the 6, needs to go into it now. Oh, just passes, sorry. Or he has a carom. Carom. Or is it on? Well, if it's just on, it shows us how well balanced Shane's game is in this tournament. He's looking patient, composed. Being very well able to shift between flow and rhythm when he can, and composure, taking more time when he must. Going forward with the cue ball, needs to hit it nice and high. We've seen on plenty of occasions this week that players try to go forward with topspin, but just don't hit it high enough, smooth enough.
Van Boening continues to pile on the pressure. Jayson Shaw on the scoreboard is currently second, but earlier he gave us his firsts.
First time I played pool was when I was about 4 years old. My dad got me into it. My dad used to be a professional, so just kind of followed in his footsteps and tried to learn everything in the process of going and watching him play. My first cue was a Joss cue. That was my first 9-ball cue that I played with, and actually borrowed it from someone. Earl Strickland, you know, he was like always on TV growing up. He was the main guy. 2016, I won the Kuwait Open. It was like $50,000. It was pretty special.
Talking of pretty special, Joshua Filler is normally in that category, but the 3-ball going astray as we just join, and Take a snippet of action from table 2 where he's taking on Darren Appleton.
Yeah.
Filler on the hill at 10-7.
That's special. If you miss an out, a winning chance
Black 12.
on the hill, funny
Shane Van
things
Boening
can
to break,
happen.
leading 8 racks to 3.
Shane, the break in the side pocket on the right. Is it looming? Not this time. With a guy like him, I'm almost hoping he has a tough position, so he gets to pull the big stroke up. Needs to come with it now.
I've noticed that he's breaking different today from when I commentated last time on Shane. He was doing that draw break, and now he's doing the stop break, trying to plant the cue ball in the middle of the table. Why do you think that is, Alex?
Well, when he played using the other break, he was notified by Marcel Eckert it was too soft on 2 occasions. That can have planted the seed of doubt in his head. But also, he might have been on the practice table, hit 3 of those softer breaks, the finesse break, stretched twice, then he tries this, it works. It's not chemistry, it's not mathematics, it's more like alchemy. Sometimes you don't know why, but it could work or not.
Yeah, it's by feeling how you're feeling. It's certainly given him a lot of confidence. It's a more confident break, and I think that's pushing through in his game as well. I mean, he's playing flawless nearly.
Yeah, it's a good point. It gives a different feeling if you break head on. That's controlled power, and the other one is more finesse. It's a nice way to start the game. Big angle on the purple 5. Needs to stay on the left side or get back to the left side for position on the 7.
Extension call.
But that 8 ball is very big if he chooses to go back and forth. Now, there is enough room between the 8 and the side pocket on the right to go back and forth, but it's very narrow. It's the same like Shaw, who had that cut shot. We said, will he slow roll? And he went 4 rails. Here it's the same thing. It was so narrow and so fragile. He chooses to play a big positive stroke and look for space.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm learning here, just watching. I would never have thought to play it that way. I mean, what a beautiful shot he's come up with there. I'd have definitely chosen what you said, backwards and forwards. But no, you can actually learn a lot by just watching and paying attention to the different shots that these great world champions and top players play.
Yes, the 7 ball in particular from under the cushion was terrific from Shane Van Boening, who is now leading by 9 racks to 3 and full value for it. One result from this second wave, by the way. Just in, Pius Labutis from Lithuania has beaten Hunter Lombardo from the USA 11-6. Now, when we dipped into table 2 a few moments ago, we saw Joshua Filler miss the 3 ball. Well, he's being made to pay for it because this 9 ball took Darren Appleton to 10-8 adrift. It was 10-7. It was looking bleak. Now, though, only a couple of racks behind and breaking. The Dazzler, well capable of pulling this one out of the fire.
Good job on Pius Labutis, the Baltic Bullet, advancing. Nice young player, studious, committed. And I see Kazakis and Nayuki Oi shaking hands. The Whirlpool Master Champion Alex Kazakis, who was on fire in Gibraltar, will now be heading home. eliminated by the Japanese Oi.
But just there, what another fantastic match there, Alex and Oi. I mean, that again could be, you know, a quarter-final, semi-final match for sure. There's some brutal matches, Phil, going on in this last 64 of the World Championships.
There was an old movie I recall where an alien came down to Earth and he was watching about 10 screens at the same time, and I feel like that at the moment. It's like being in one of those giant sports books in Vegas trying to keep up to date with all of the baseball games.
Yeah, there's so many fantastic matches going on around us, isn't there? We've got a good seat.
Jayson Shaw does not like his seat, but he'll get out of his chair. Okay, this is an opportunity for Shaw. So many balls on the top half of the table. Should really be able to snooker Shane van Boening here. Can clip it. One ball in between the rail and the 3 ball with right spin, the cue ball.
Extension call.
Above the 2. It's thin. But I like it because it's easy to have a guaranteed hidden 1 ball. Okay, coming above the 2 was too tough. Needed too much spin. Now if I'm at the table, Shane at the table kicking at the 1 ball, you're in a bad spot, but still there are many outs. All those balls grouped around the 1 ball. If he contacts the 1 and drives one of the balls to a rail, even money. I would almost say even money for him to resave here.
Let me quickly tell you, female participation in the tournament is over. Jasmine Aushin has been beaten 11-4 by Alexa Paselsch.
Well, I must say, while I'm here, that's a shame. We, you know, we were all very happy to have obviously got through to the last 64. And Jasmine, what a great performance she's had this tournament, along with Veronica. But Jasmine has some great results yesterday, fighting back from a 7-1 deficit. And I actually fancied her fighting back here in that match. But, you know, we're very proud and very pleased that we managed to do well. And onwards and upwards, and look forward to the next one, Phil.
That's the right attitude, definitely. I thought, and I'm not exaggerating, Jasmine Aushin was the star of yesterday for me. 2 terrific performances to overcome Jeffrey De Luna and Mark Gray. But today, the magic just wasn't there.
Different mindset, perhaps, I don't know. Against De Luna and Gray, the underdog. She might have thought against the young Pichel from Serbia. You know, maybe my experience makes me favorite. Travel, but not too far. The purple 5 is the next ball. Playing double speed, and that tells me he's really and understandably feeling it out there. I saw the documentary on the BBC recently, the Snooker Gods interview with the young Steve Davis, and he said everyone plays the way that will make them handle the pressure best, and for sure that is when he plays all shots firm.
Jayson Shaw wins the rack.
So Shaw claws a rack back, wins the tactical battle, and then clears up. Now, to Michael Bridge and an interview I'm looking forward to with a certain Naoki Oi. They're already dancing up there.
He's dancing, Phil, not me. You're dancing. I'll tell you why he's dancing, because he's just knocked out the 2021 World Paul Masters champion, Alex Gagaskas. Many congratulations, Naoki.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, very tough match. And today, table condition is a very humidity. Yeah, not cue ball, no run in the very difficult. Just no cue ball control, not in the only shooting. Yeah, very good.
And you know Alex is on great form. He's a World Paul Master at the moment, but you have beaten him. You are through.
Yeah, only me masters. Thank you. Masters.
The new master. And the next round, I can tell you, you will be playing Joshua Filler.
Yeah, now world top 3. Maybe I very good player. Very exciting play. I will win.
Yeah. You feel you can win?
Yeah, Yamato.
And I can reveal that match will be on the main table tonight. Whoa, lovely.
Yeah, come on. Sushi like you.
Unbelievable. They broke the mould when they made him.
Jayson Shaw to break. Trailing 4 racks.
Mould? There was a mould?
Back to the serious stuff.
Dry break, guys. The wing ball, the purple 4 did not drop. Not the first time. And we heard Naoki Oi say that it's a little damp in the arena. Some more humidity than on other days, and that will affect the reaction of the balls anytime, and also on the break.
Well, it's a little difficult to understand what he's meaning, but I actually didn't find that at all, Alex. It's quite funny, so maybe he was meaning that or not, I'm not sure. I kind of thought today seemed a little bit easier than yesterday as far as the humidity and the reaction. Who knows? But there, Jayson getting a dry break. I noticed he played it a little bit softer than his previous breaks. But really surprising when that wing ball doesn't go. Then you could tell that by his face.
Long 2 ball now. Three ball goes to the same pocket. Can let that cue ball loose. Oh, that is such a good shot. This amazing. Well, amazing. Very good ball striking. So
Absolutely.
pure.
I mean, the control, just the accuracy. Fantastic shot.
And when you're rolling balls like that and you stay still and technically everything's good, that underlines the vast reservoir of confidence that Shane van Boening is tapping right now.
Well, there's one thing for sure. We all know 9-4 up, that 2 ball feels a lot easier than 9-4 down. As a player, we know that. But Shane's, just pulling one shot after the other, and he has done all the way through this match. Certainly being the better player of this match so far, and the score's showing that. Jayson needs to, he's got a fight on his hands here if he can, to pull this back. It's going to be a tough one. But just to add to that, if anybody can do it, Jayson can. He has the game to pull back from anywhere.
Difficult though to keep believing. Was just at the table. 9-4 down. No ball on the break.
Yeah, that's a killer.
You can tell by his face here.
If you can't get to the table, what can you do?
Had a big cry out in the arena there just as he's on his backswing, but no issue.
What is Stavely around? To get to the hill. Easy shot on the 8. We'll get his extension out. Come back, 1.5
Extension
diamond.
called.
To get to the hill. After Jayson Shaw's dry break, running the table. The last straight in 9.
You know, Shane Van Boening is from the Dakotas, the biggest tourist attraction there, undoubtedly Mount Rushmore. Well, he's not on the mount, but he's on the hill. We've had a slew of results come in the last few moments. Carl Boyes is through. He's beaten Moritz Neuhausen 11-5. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz has overcome Yukio Akagariyama. Jonas Soto Camino has beaten Masato Yoshioka, and Nikos Economopoulos has defeated Jan van Lierop 11-2. And now Shane Van Boening stands on the very threshold of victory here.
Good job, Phil. All those names without a stutter. Two ball. Does pass the 4 to the side pocket. And I think he'll try and play the 2 off of the 4 to develop the 4. It's nice. Nice and close. Just rub it and go forward with the cue ball. Can roll this in. And if he doesn't trust it, oh, just there. Put it on a dime.
Yeah, he's got the cue ball on a string here.
He's playing good.
He
Most
is.
players think he's in the 4 book the biggest favorite to win the title. So much so that I think he won't win it. I don't want to jinx him. I mean, he lost the final twice. For him and the man that he is, the athlete that he is, you know, I hope he wins it someday, maybe this year. But it brings a lot of pressure being the favorite.
Yeah, I think at the beginning of the tournament he was the favourite, and I think one of my friends told me he was the favourite in the bookies as well. And that does bring pressure, but you know, he's living up to it, and he definitely deserves to be a world champion. In fact, I was surprised when I was commentating a previous match that Phil said he's not won it yet.
It's the one big title he's never quite captured. He's been in back-to-back finals in the past. If he does get through, he plays Lithuania's Plius Labutis in the last 32.
A rematch of a Euro Tour semi-final 2 years ago. They met. And then Shane went on to beat Kachi in the final from 5-0 down.
I must say, looking around the room and watching all the players, that Shane's definitely, I like to call him Steady Eddie, is definitely playing the most solid.
Jayson Shaw came into this match with big hopes, but the Scot has been defeated. Those hopes have been extinguished, and the reason for that, Shane van Boening is playing tremendous pool. 3 comfortable victories now into the last 32 with an 11-4 win. That was of the very highest quality. Shaw departs. Van Boening, definitely, in everyone's opinion, certainly in this commentary box, the man to beat.